It's always good to see you.
It's an absolute pleasure. You're always so good to me. Thank you so much.
Listen. The last time we talked, it looked like you'd got somebody, you'd found somebody, and it all went horribly wrong. It's just, will you ever be able to settle down?
Is it the wrong time to say I'm gutted about Taylor Swift?
That would have been perfect, Callum.
No,
that would have been perfect.
I mean, this was an opportunity. This show was an opportunity for me to just kind of go to the States where there was no kind of pressure as such. Talk about the pros and cons of dating and see what feedback they can give to me, you know. Sure. And it went really well, actually. It's a pretty lighthearted show. Some of it gets intense with the therapy side of it, but overall there's fun dates we go on. There's highs, there's lows, there's dramas. I'm really glad I did it.
And it's on E.
It's on E! Entertainment. It's gone in America. It aired already. It's this Sunday on E! at 10 p.m. or it's online on Hey You.
It's my guilty pleasure, is E!
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of people's guilty pleasure, actually. There's some cracking shows on there. They really are. Do you feel better for the experience? I mean, I don't want you to reveal whether or not you did find love. Otherwise, there's no point in me watching the show.
No, that's fair. I mean, I went into it with an open mind. I mean, from doing shows in the past, I thought I've got to put myself 100% on the line because the public will suss if you're just kind of going there and joking around.
What do you think has stopped you in the past from being happy with somebody and settling down? I mean, what do you think you're scared of?
I mean, overall, I think there's some commitment issues in there. I think there's some. I've been kind of free and single my whole life, and I've never really known how to settle down. But I'm 35 years old now, and I know that's still young. But my head and my heart is so good at the moment, and my businesses are so good that I feel like I'd love to be able to share it with somebody. And I thought, and the universe kind of worked in that way that it said, here's an opportunity. Although it's television, I went there and I talked to a therapist. I opened up. I met other people that had some different situations, and I learned some stuff, and we'll take some of the stuff away from it to practice in the future, I guess you could say.
No, very much so. And you're right. You get to a stage in your life when you do want to settle down. The trouble is, I guess, you've got quite a lot of baggage, and people know you, and it's hard sometimes. Do girls want to be with you because you are Calum Best that's on the telly and that's had the famous dad and has had all of that and going on, or the man that's Calum, just Calum, who's...
Well, no, I totally understand that. I think that by now I can suss it,
Yeah,
but overall, I've worked hard to clear up that baggage. So be it. I got no regrets. I made some silly mistakes as a young man when I was growing up, but overall, I spent 6 or 7 years cleaning up my act, getting into fitness, opening my gym, doing everything I can to better myself.
Sure.
And so now I'm in a position where I thought I could go and do this show, find out what's going on in my love life, and get some feedback that I would not really be able to take if I was in the UK. Because sometimes when I do stuff here, I'm a little bit more guarded.
Right.
And when I got to LA, I kind of opened up and had this freedom because there was no preconceived ideas of who I might be.
Oh, okay.
So there was a lot of freedom with it. There were some great times. Like I said, it's quite lighthearted, but you got to watch it. It's super entertaining as well. The Americans do it just so differently.
But do you feel that it's been a worthwhile experience?
Yeah.
And you actually feel better in yourself?
Yeah,
because that's important.
No, I appreciate that. It's been a evolution for many years, but I'm in a good place, and it was a perfect time to go and do it. There's obviously parts through this show where some of that freedom was a bit too much and a few old demons come out, but it was good for me to get those out and have those exposed so I could then work on them in the future.
What is that, like what you were talking about, sort of commitment things?
Yeah, and just, for example, I'm cautious here of behaving well. When I show up and the first night everyone's like, let's have a welcoming drink. Then all of a sudden it turns into loads of welcoming drinks. Then all of a sudden everybody's a bit tipsy. And I'm thinking, I didn't really come here to do that, but so be it. It happens.
Just go with it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Now, you talked about the gym, and we have seen, you've shared with us some rather lovely pictures. There we are.
Oh, no. Isn't this daytime viewing? Can we put this up here?
No, it's fine. Okay. It's fine. It's all for research purposes. It's absolutely fine. But no, you're in good shape. You do seem as if you're in a really good place, Callum, which is great to hear.
And I appreciate that. I've been coming to see you for years now, and I got to say, you've always been so good to me, and you're so good, and so I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you very much.
Don't be daft. We just want you to be happy. That's the thing, because you had a really, really tough start in life. I mean, when you've got a famous dad anyway, who's globally renowned, who did behave badly. We know that. But despite it all, people still have got this affection and adoration for him. That's really hard. And that's a really tough thing to have to deal with.
And why I love seeing you is because you understand that. And a lot of people do understand that, but some don't. And I'm very blessed to be my dad's son. I've said it to you many times, but there were some flaws in our relationship which sent me under, but I like to think that I've turned it around. I've opened my first gym. I've got a second one coming. We did the book. You had me on here about that.
Right.
That went really well. And what I've done as well is that after my dad passed, I started writing all my thoughts and feelings down on kind of paper, and it evolved into a long kind of several pages of thoughts and feelings. And I met a director, and we've been making a film for the past 3.5 years about me and my dad's relationship. Nothing to do with football, but just us. A father and a son story that I think so many people worldwide can relate to, especially when there's alcohol involved.
Do you know what? You need to come back and talk to us about that. Sadly, you know, it's so frustrating we've run out of time.
No worries.
Come back and see me, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You're a lovely man.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Callum. Thank you so much.